Mr. Giuseppe Aquila, it's a pleasure talking about the story of Monte Grappa here at Baselworld. Welcome.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be with you.
Monte Grappa is the Italian oldest manufacturer renowned as a world-class writing instruments maker. You represent the third generation of your family business, and can you share with us some highlights of producing techniques and these sophisticated materials that are used actually?
With great pleasure. Monte Grappa, as you mentioned, is Italy's oldest pen company. It was established in 1912 on the shores of a nice river called Brenta in the city of Bassano del Grappa. It started originally at the very beginning as a manufacturer only of fountain pen nibs, so just the nib of the pen in solid gold. And then it evolved in the complete manufacturing of the product. Monte Grappa is famous because in the period of the First World War, it was located in an area of major fighting, and just right next to our factory there is a villa where Ernest Hemingway was stationed as an ambulance driver, and Ernest Hemingway has been the first, let's say, celebrity ambassador of the brand. You have to consider that the fountain pen in those days was the equivalent of a mobile phone today, so it was really a tool needed to communicate. And of course all the soldiers needed to communicate with Rome, and this is what actually made the business flourish and develop for the following year. Today the pen has changed its role, and Monte Grappa has become a symbol of luxury.
Each of your pen collection has its own story. At the Middle East, you have just been awarded Best Diamond Pen for your Dragon pen and Best Historical Icon for Giuseppe Verdi Limited Edition pen. What's the story behind Dragon and Giuseppe Verdi pens?
The Dragon that you're talking about is called Ultimate Centennial Dragon. It was created to celebrate the 100 years of the company, so it was basically in 2012. So this was a pen costing $1 million. It's fully encrusted with the diamonds, colored diamonds. There are baguette diamonds. It's an incredible pen, very unique. That has been sold then in the Middle East. Monte Grappa has also a tradition in making dragon pens, because in 1995 we created our first dragon pen, and that later on was also used by Boris Yeltsin to hand over his power to Putin. He used actually that very pen. So has been always a very strong theme for Monte Grappa. Giuseppe Verdi, of course, being a very famous Italian composer, and we celebrated the bicentennial of Verdi 2 years ago. We wanted to pay respect to this great personality, legendary personality in Italy, and so we created a beautiful pen with image engraved of his iconic image of his face, and with beard. I mean, he's a very charismatic character, and this was introduced for the bicentennial, also with the major concert event in Dubai. With our own orchestra and artists. It was really an amazing presentation.
You already mentioned some celebrities, let's say, that are inspired by your writing instruments. Can you share with us maybe some other names from maybe the presidents or celebrities world that are also your writers?
Well, I mean, we have hundreds, if not thousands, of celebrities, so it's difficult to actually make a selection. But we have some friends of the brand, which are really close to the brand in the writing environment, like Paulo Coelho, the Brazilian writer. Or if you look at the music world, Quincy Jones, the famous producer. Or Pelé, the footballer, and as a matter of fact, we are launching here a pen dedicated to Pelé for the World Cup this year. But you can name basically most of the presidents and heads of state of European countries or different parts of the world. They've always used our product. Putin, Medvedev, or Sarkozy, or King of Spain, his wife, and all the royalties in the Emirates, in Saudi Arabia, Brunei, Oman. I mean, the list is never ending.
And even the Pope, Johannes Pavel II.
Of course, yes. And that was one of the most incredible experiences in my life, because I was fortunate to meet him in person and to present him with the pen that we have created, and that was actually linked to a very big charity activity. So we donated, we're talking about the year 2000, we donated through this activity 1 billion lira, which sounds like a lot of money, but it's €500,000. But this went to in support of deprived Brazilian children.
And Sylvester Stallone is quite important shareholder of your company.
Yes, of course. He's a friend of the brand, a personal friend, and he's been supporting us for many years, up to the point that in 2009 we asked him to join the company as a shareholder, and he accepted, and has been very active also in the creation of new models. He designed a pen that is incredible success still today, which is called the Chaos, and that has been followed also by a collection of cufflinks and eventually a watch. We have had some events with him around the world, and he's such a great guy, very charismatic, very smart, and has been very helpful in the development of the brand in these last few years.
Monte Grappa's writing instruments are selling worldwide. In what kind of shops your writing pens are sold? And also, can you share with us the information about your cheapest pen and the most expensive one?
Okay. Well, the distribution is through our own boutiques. We don't have many boutiques, but we have them in some key area like Moscow, Doha in Qatar, Dubai in the Emirates, Riyadh in Saudi Arabia, and we are going to open actually our flagship store in July in Bassano del Grappa, which is our hometown, and there are other 2-3 openings later this year which are planned. But other than that, the distribution is mostly through watch and jewelry stores, and also in some select pen shops. Then you asked me about the price range. Monte Grappa is actually like two different product categories. One is the limited editions, and so the limited edition, they start from a price which is in the region of maybe €2,000 up to maybe 70,000-80,000 euro, and then we have the regular lines which start from about €200 to 1,000-1,500 euro. The most expensive pen that we have ever sold was in Beijing for a charity auction, and it was sold for 6.3 million euro, but all the money went to charity.
Very nice. And your latest story with the collection Tibaldi for Bentley pens actually translate car into the writing instruments. That was quite a big challenge to do.
Yeah, that's a big challenge, but it's actually such a fascinating thing to do, because to develop the Tibaldi pens, this is not the first pen, the Bentley pen. This is not the first pen that we developed in collaboration with Bentley. We started our collaboration in 2006, actually. That allowed us to work closely with the car engineers, and so basically we were able to discover new materials, new technologies that are used in the automotive industry, and we were able to bring them into the pen. So that was amazing. And at this show, in addition to the Tibaldi for Bentley line, we also have a new Bugatti series, so of pens and cufflinks. As you know, Bugatti is part of the same group of Bentley. They all under the Volkswagen umbrella.
And because we are talking at the Baselworld Fair, what is your presentation there? The main highlights of your novelties?
Well, we have really, Baselworld for us is the most important event of the year, because that's when we introduce to our customers, our distributors and the dealers, all the products that will be later on launched during the year. So there are three main launches, especially in this second quarter of 2014. One is the Ayrton Senna limited edition, which is dedicated to, of course, the Formula One champion, who passed away sadly 20 years ago. So it's we in 1995 we already dedicated a collection to Ayrton Senna, and this is also linked to charity is supporting the Istituto Ayrton Senna, which is a big organization in Brazil helping children. And then we have another Brazilian themed pen which is dedicated to Pelé. Pelé, the football champion, the king of football, and of course there is a big focus on Brazil because the eyes of the world will be on Brazil this year for the World Cup. Then we have a third main introduction which is called My Guardian Angel. So it's a very sophisticated, elaborated, intricate design that took us 2 years to develop, which is it's a typical Renaissance design, which is available in gold and in silver, in a price point that starts from €600 up to €80,000.
Signore Giuseppe Aquila, grazie mille, and wishing you all the best for the future.
Grazie a lei e best wishes to you and GTV.